More than 5 weeks since the deadly school shooting in Parkland, Florida. Emotions still running high after 17 people were shot and killed at Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School. Now students nationwide are working to end gun violence. Good evening, I'm Caroline Goggin.
And I'm Mike Montecalvo. This weekend day and thousands of others are converging on Washington, D.C. and other cities for the March for Our Lives in hopes of persuading lawmakers to take action. The March for Our Lives rally is expected to be the largest in Washington, D.C. since last year's massive Women's March.
Today, as students from Parkland were on a flight to D.C., a flight attendant stopped them to recognize them.
I really applaud you guys for going down with the march, and bless you guys. Quick healing.
Eyewitness News reporter Steph Machado spoke with students from a local high school who are driving down to D.C. tonight. She joins us now live in Providence with more. Steph.
Well, there is a march in Providence tomorrow, but many students wanted to go to D.C. for the full March for Our Lives organized by those Parkland students. Now, the Met High School received a donation that allowed them to get a bus to bring the students to D.C. tonight. Those students telling me they want change and they want to be heard.
That it could have been us.
They've made their signs.
Am I next?
34 students from Providence's Met High School are heading to Washington to join the March for Our Lives on Saturday, a little more than a month after the devastating shooting at Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida.
I couldn't imagine losing my friend, and never mind 17 of them.
The march organized by those Stoneman Douglas students, channeling their grief into action. Family and friends of those Parkland victims taking the New England Patriots plane to the march. Pat's owner Robert Kraft sending the plane to Fort Lauderdale to pick them up. One Stoneman Douglas student tweeting her thanks with a photo in front of the plane.
It's such a awful thing to go through, and to even be able to stand up a month later is honorable.
Thousands will converge on the Capitol to ask lawmakers to pass gun control measures that have failed to get traction for decades.
But this gives me a chance to do something and have it noticed.
I think a lot of people who have a problem with this movement, that we need change, is that we're trying to take away something from them. And really it's just about making sure people who shouldn't have them not have them.
Students who are not quite old enough to speak with their votes, for now hoping their voices will make a difference.
We all hope that it'll be different this time, and I think it will be. And the fact that it's more youth actually standing up now and making a difference, and because we are the next generation.
And so the Met High School students will leave from their school here in about an hour and a half. We know that 100 students from the Providence Student Union are also going on their own trip around midnight tonight. Now, again, there is a march in Providence at the State House tomorrow around 1 o'clock. The governor is slated to speak. Live in Providence, I'm Steph Machado, Eyewitness News.